everybody, it's Michelle, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys how I made my Catalina infinity scarf. I just made this one. It's in red. It's really quick, really easy to make. When it's finished, it measures about 23.5 inches across. That's after sewing the two ends together to form the circle for the infinity scarf, and 6 inches wide. There is a written pattern associated with this scarf, and it's on the blog now, and I'll put a link to that below. The video will also be embedded onto the blog post, so you won't miss anything if you go to the blog. So let's get started on the scarf. Now, if you're curious about the yarn that I used, I did just use the Red Heart Super Saver in Cherry Red for this one. And for the one I'm going to make now, I'm using the Red Heart Super Saver, and this is the carrot color. And I love this color. I'm going to make this one for my niece. This is her school colors for, she goes to UT Austin, so it's perfect. So this one's for her. The Red Heart Super Saver can feel really kind of rough when you buy it, but I use this all the time. If you know how to wash it correctly when you're finished with your pieces, or even before you do your pieces, it softens up really, really nice. But I love the Red Heart because there's so many color options. Most of them are not color faster. There's no dye lots, so they'll match. Sometimes there may be a difference, so you have to watch for that. But the color selection is just the best, I think, with the Red Heart. So if you wash it, of course, with warm water, and you use liquid fabric softener, and I usually run it through twice and put it in the dryer with dryer sheets, it gets really soft, especially after more than one washing. So it holds up really nice, and it's 100% safe for the washer and the dryer. So I love this yarn. You can use any yarn that you want. I just used a worsted weight. Of course, it's 4-ply worsted weight yarn, and I'm going to be using an eye hook to complete this pattern. So to get the measurements that I described, though, you will need to use the worsted weight with the eye hook. Other than that, if you use a different size of hook, it's going to be a different size of scarf. Or if you use a different thread width here, this is 4-ply, you can use a 3-ply like a sports weight. It's going to be different, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to begin with your hook, of course. Move this out of the way. And we start by chaining 152, and I have already done that here. So with your eye hook, you chain 152. And the first row is just a row of solid double crochet all the way across. Now we're going to go into the third chain from the hook here and do our first double crochet. And this is done all the way across. If you need to touch up on your basic crochet stitches, I do have all of those tutorials on my channel list for the single crochet, double crochet, all those stitches. Now I'm going to continue this double crochet off camera and then come back and show you guys how I start the second row. Okay, when we reach the end of the row, we have all of our double crochet here, this first row. When we reach the end, we're going to chain 3 and turn. And now we're going to double crochet in the same stitch right here. Same stitch. It's going to form our first V. So we're going to skip 2 and double crochet in the next one. Chain 1 and then double crochet in the same stitch. See? Skip 2, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch. Skip 2, chain 1, all in the same stitch. So we're going to go all the way across the row, same way. You're going to skip 2, then double crochet in here, chain 1 and double crochet in here again, all the way across the row. And I'm going to do that off camera and come back and show you how I finish off this row and start the next row. When we come to the end of this row, the second row, you see we have all of our V-stitches all the way across. At the end, we're going to go into this very last stitch there. And do the same thing, make a V-stitch. And we're going to chain 3 and turn. Now we're going to be working in the V-stitches. So we're going to do a V-stitch, double crochet here, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So we're going to keep working in these V-stitches. Double crochet, single crochet, chain, double crochet, next one, and we do that all the way across. And we're going to do this until we reach row 8. You just repeat this same thing over and over until you reach row 8. And let me show you guys on this one how it looks. There's all these rows up till row 8. When we reach the end of this one, we're just going to chain either 2 or 3 and turn, and then double crochet all the way across for that last row for row 9. And I'm going to do all of that off camera. You want to follow the written pattern if you're not sure, if you get unclear about the instructions. So I'm going to do this off camera, and when I finish with this piece, I'm going to come back and show you guys how I put it together. Okay, so I'm back now and I've finished the scarf. You can see I have 9 rows, a row of double crochet, 7 rows of the V-stitch pattern, and then the last row of double crochet. And I've tied it off at the end here and left a very long end for sewing up this side. Now you have a couple of options at this point. You can leave it as is and just use it as a loose end scarf, or you can put the 2 sides together, sew them, and make it into an infinity scarf, which is what I'm going to do. And I will be sewing it using a tapestry needle. Now this is the only one that I could find. My other needle, I don't know where it is, it's missing. So these are really cheap. You can buy them at Walmart, all over the place, any craft store. And these are just little plastic tapestry needles. These are more pointed than the others, I believe. But another thing that you can do is you can stitch across with your crochet hook. Instead of cutting off the end, when you come to the end here, you can put the 2 sides together this way, and then just do a single crochet all the way across the edge to put the 2 sides together. It's just the seam will be more noticeable. There will be a bump there, but that's fine. You can put it inside out and it won't even be noticeable. But I am going to sew it. So we have the 2 sides together, and I'm just going to start putting it together. Just like you're sewing anything, stitching anything together. It doesn't have to be perfect or fancy. It's not going to show all that much. You can make sure you have it in the back piece around your neck, in the back of your neck. Just all the way down. Very simple. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to keep on top of the new patterns that I put out. That way you can be notified when I do a new tutorial. Also, don't forget about the blog. This pattern is on the blog, but if you subscribe to the blog, you'll get more information, because not every pattern that I post on the blog is made into a video. So there's actually more on the blog than there is on YouTube. We're almost done. Do this one more time just to reinforce that corner. And you see I had that end from the beginning, and I'm just going to snip this. Well, let's tie it off first. Just going to tie it off together just to really secure it. Then I'm going to snip the ends. And I'm going to take my crochet hook and weave these ends back into the scarf, just to get them out of the way so they're not showing. That one's too close. There we go. That's good. Now I'm going to clip it even shorter. And there we go. I'm going to turn it inside out. And there's my scarf. It's really quick. I'm probably about a moderate paced crocheter, and it took me about an hour. So even if you're slower, if you're very slow, if you're new, if you're just a beginner, it should take you no more than an evening to get this scarf made. It's really quick. Very nice. And there's the infinity scarf. If you guys have any questions, just put it below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible with an answer, or you can put it on the blog and I'll answer you there. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.